All right. What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers All Access post-game show. My name's Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Not sure why you would, but that's where you can find us. Okay, so joined alongside Emilio in Tennessee. We got Tim in Green Bay. We got Jacob in Wisconsin. Here to talk about this Packers loss to the Minnesota Vikings, 31-29. If you had told me that was going to be the score in the first half, I would have said you're smoking something. I would have said stay off the weed. That's what I would have said. So, man, there's a lot to talk about in this one.
Damn weed.
Jordan Love has missed 3 games, right? Or 2 games. And he might end up leading the league in passing after that second, which is wild to think about. But just trying to finish up charting here. Let's get everybody's initial thoughts. Let's go around the horn. I don't care who goes first. What do you think? Obviously, the turnovers were the big difference, man. Just way too many turnovers. Obviously, you lose the ball 4 times, turn it over. It's going to be hard to win that ball game.
I guess I'll start. It was rough, man. It was rough, especially as a man that's living on the border. This game means so much to me, and it was an absolute crap show to start this game. I mean, we did not come out. The piss was not hot. The piss was very cold. And you know what? It stunk, man. It really did stink because I honestly, at one point during this game, I thought to myself, Jordan Love should not be out on the field. We can talk about that. He didn't look like he was able to really get into the throws. He didn't look like he was able to complete those like with the ferocity that I've seen him throw. And you know what? We can talk about guys like Davian Wicks, who had different types of games. We could talk about a lot of things. On the positive side, I will say that like Clayton said, I had no inclination that we could even have this game be within a score, which it was at one point. Like even at the end of the game, and it makes me even more mad because we were able to scrap and claw back, and we still kind of pooped the bed there at the end. So I'm going to try to stay as optimistic as I can for you guys. I swear I will. Josh Martin's coming in with a Snapchat or with a Snapchat.
Snap face. Super chat, I believe. Josh Martin.
Super chat. There you go. Josh Martin says it's time to acknowledge that Watson is injury prone and a bust. Wow.
Man, I can't believe you paid $5 for that.
He literally walked off the field, bro. I mean, he walked off the field.
That was a hospital ball, too.
He got let out to dry, and he got his knee.
Can we give him his $5 back?
He can block.
That I don't agree with that, Josh. I don't. Y'all can comment on that if you would.
Yeah, it was a hospital ball. We know that. And Scoot's brother Trey made a great point on Twitter. He said, most receivers would have just quit on that and not stayed in there trying to make a play. So Scoot's a guy that laid it all out on the line for his team. Jordan trying to fit a ball in a tight window. That was just a bad decision with the football, period. And Scoot getting folded up and his ankle rolled, like that was nasty, like watching that replay. Yeah. So that has nothing to do with being injury prone. That's like, I don't know, just not agreeing with that take. Not going to happen today. I don't think Scoot's a bust. If anything, I'm thinking, here we go. No stranger to rehab. I don't know if it is a high ankle sprain. In fact, 3 to 6 weeks. I don't know what we're talking here, but we can't call him glass. We can't do that. We can't call him injury prone. We can't call him a bust. And, this was not a non-contact injury. This wasn't like pulling up with a hamstring or something.
I was just going to say, it's not a hamstring injury. This guy's a lead blocker for the most of this year.
Thank you.
And he still has
somebody acknowledges him for what? Come on,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, go ahead with that.
He's over here. All he does is grind every single play. Doesn't matter if he gets the ball thrown to him. He'll open up the defense. He'll do all the dirty work. Love trusts him, believes in him. So yeah, he forced it into triple coverage. I mean, how many times did Rodgers and how many times did Favre do that, right? So it's going to happen. But you want to get your playmakers the ball. We needed a first down.
Man, it really makes you think twice about that pregame swag that Jay Money had walking in today, man. He had a Brett Favre type of game today.
Yeah, that's fair. But Watson did get bent up like a pretzel. I mean, anyone in that position wouldn't be happy with your foot staying in the ground. And it was like Love, it was like how Love's knee bent back like that, basically. I mean, it's not.
Yeah. Shout out to Badger Trio. Says he's been he didn't say this, but he's been a member for 5 months now. I feel to start, Love had to get over the mental hump. Now listen, yeah, here's the thing with that. Like everybody, Bulaga, Tauscher, everyone who's commented on that, like the mental aspect is going to be the biggest thing, right? Is trusting it. Now, first half, it looked like it was bothering him pretty bad. Second half, he comes out, and I felt like he ran a lot better in the second half. I'm not trying to put rumors out there, but we know it's the NFL. Sometimes things happen at halftime, injections, things like that are legal.
My knee.
We need to trigger up the Billy Bob comment right there, knowing if you let that even get near his thing. So now I felt like the whole team, I know this is not going to be a popular take, but the whole damn team fought in that second half. It'd been real easy to just roll over. And these are the type of losses that could sometimes galvanize a team. Now, the turnovers, obviously, Jordan made some really bad decisions. I wasn't crazy about the game plan. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be everything. It's going to take everything in me to not rant about the defense in the first half because we were getting absolutely cooked in man coverage. It was horrible. So the second half, you've seen a lot more match. You've seen a lot more spot drop, things like that. And all of a sudden, Sam Darnold's hesitating on his reads. But anyway, Badger Trio, shout out to you for 5 months, everybody. Appreciate you. Chris with the super chat says, Chris Arneson says, one positive thing is Aaron Jones didn't score a touchdown at Lambeau Field, LOL. Man, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
That's about all he didn't do because he schooled us. He did.
I know that last drive I was going, please don't let 33 get in the end zone. Please don't let that would be the icing. That'd be the turd on the cake.
Kept him under 150. He was 93 rushing, 46 receiving.
Eric Stokes with the tackle too to stop him, which is the last guy in the field you would expect to make that play. So shout out to Stokes.
Can we ask the question now?
Thank you for the super chat, Chris.
Thank you. Absolutely question. Thank you, Chris. What in the heck is going on with Josh Jacobs? Why was this man sidelined for a certain amount of time? What is going on there?
I have no idea. Now, it was Kyle Malzahn had tweeted out on Twitter a video of him on the sideline, and you can see Jacobs look.
Sorry, Kyle.
Jacobs looked visibly pissed off on the sideline, standing there next to a coach that was patting him on the back. I don't know what it was. I was literally spent the first half combing through Twitter going, what was the injury? What was the injury? It made no sense. I don't know. Has anybody else heard anything else about that?
My theory is I've said it's been running back by committee since the preseason. And I think maybe Josh Jacobs felt like he wanted them to lean on him a little bit more. And the guy look at the carry counts that he's had in the previous 2 games. What did he have today? 11 carries, 12 carries, something. So to me, maybe it's a veteran player that's like, hey, why did you guys bring me here? I was brought here to help this offense.
Yeah.
Every time he had some kind of momentum going, we saw a personnel change or he was out. Maybe it was just frustration. It was a frustrating day. Like just about everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Somehow we found a way to grit it out, stick in the game, make it interesting towards the end, give us all, heart palpitations all afternoon. That was great. Thanks, Packers. But I think Josh Jacobs was just frustrated there. I don't think it was an injury thing. I think it was a workload thing. I think he wanted that ball in his hands when it mattered the most.
I think that's true.
That never really crossed my mind one time, Tim. But as you're explaining that, it's like maybe that's why he was frustrated. They were just doing a simple rotation. What do you think, Amelia? You think that's what it was?
I think you're onto something there. I mean, they almost split carries. It was 9 for Jacobs, 8 for Wilson, and
crazy.
I mean we ran the ball under 20 times. It was 19 times I think we ran the ball. So that's because, like Tim said, look at our numbers from previous games. We were 30 plus no matter what. I think. Matt kind of I think maybe he got away from it a little bit, wanted Jordan to cook, and then we got behind the 8 ball, and it was, all right, how do we crawl ourselves out of this thing?
Yeah. Right. He could have been frustrated with the whole approach of the run game maybe today, Maybe he felt like him and Emmanuel Wilson should have touched the ball a lot more, or got more involved in the pass game. Where were our running backs in the pass game today? We didn't really see it.
Yeah.
It was either late in the third or early in the fourth that you seen Jacob start to get some swing passes, and he was making things happen too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake G126 with the super chat. Thank you so much, Jake. Jordan looked rusty but settled in as the game went on. We know Jordan has the Favre gene and is going to try to squeeze in some tight shots. It looks way better in the fourth. It looked way better in the fourth. Learn from this and move on. I completely agree, Jake.
You think God never farted?
I tell you, man, he showed some grit. Yeah. That knee, and he took that knee on that tackle where he scrambled up the middle, got the first down, and then a defender lands right on the brace with his knee. You could see him wince. I mean, that dude, again, bad decisions, absolutely. Now, the interception there at the end to Tay Wicks, Tay Wicks, I don't know how you don't look for the ball there. I never understand that play, me personally, when a receiver is going down the field and you're running out of room, like you're in the end zone, and you still don't think, I maybe should look for the ball now. It's like, what are we doing? So
that's borderline another one that maybe shouldn't have been thrown, though, honestly. Or at least maybe should have been thrown into the bleachers in the lower bowl.
He was getting that away. Safety blitz, free safety blitz. I mean, coming free off the edge, free runner, and he looks up and he's got a one-on-one matchup, streaking for the end zone. He's got to give his guy a shot.
What do you guys think about this, Randy? To me, this is completely different game if McDuffie holds on that pick. Oh my gosh! I mean, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
a different game if Tay Wicks catches that other pass that Jordan threw to him that hit him right on the 3 on his jersey.
And here
in the chest in the front of the end zone.
Absolutely, Tim. And here, it's tough to get into these conversations, and we're not going to be downers. But Tay Wicks, Narveson, that play. I mean, what are we doing? Like we shot ourselves in the foot. Yeah. Somehow we climb back, and this is how you know that we're a good team. Like Clayton said, somehow this game is a freaking 9-point game. Yeah. When we have literally shot ourselves in the foot. We lost. We didn't kick. We just decided we're not going to kick 2 kicks. We don't want to do that. We're not going to get an interception. We don't like that. We're not going to get any sort of momentum play that we want in this game. And somehow still at the end of it, we're within an onside kick worth of getting him back in. It's crazy to me. I thought it was very, in my opinion, I think the coaches are more to blame in this game than the players. And that's a rare thing. I think the coaches maybe just did not put necessarily the best players out or the best schemes out. That's what I will say.
I want to disagree with you, but I'm telling you, man, you guys seen me in our chat. That first half, I was beside myself with the man coverage. I'm like, right. Well, I'll show you here in a minute on Next Gen Stats, too. It's like they literally decided to double team Justin Jefferson and play man across the board. It's like,
yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm not going to name any names, but a certain podcaster / reporter was talking about that and they got so excited that this is what Hafley's going to do because Hafley kind of hinted at it in the presser. Then when you go out there and you run this and you give up however many points, what was it? All 31 points in the first half. Well, 28, right?
Yeah.
28 points in the first half. It's like, this is what happens when you try to build a game plan around stopping one player. It doesn't work. People say Belichick did it. Belichick ran bullseye. Bullseye is real simple. You take your number 1 corner and put them on the number 2 receiver, and you double team their best receiver, not with your best corner. And that's not what they did at all. Now, here's the other thing we got to put in perspective, too. We were without Jair Alexander, our best cornerback, right? We're without him. Christian Watson leaves in, what was that, the first quarter, correct? Yeah. Jordan Love's playing on a bum knee. Like, you're pick an excuse, The only thing we can't excuse are the penalties. That was just absolutely cool. So, but I agree with the McDuffie. If he holds on to that pick, been a different game. 86 Train with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. He said, can we hire a kicker that makes field goals inside the 40? It's such a strange thing that every kicker we've brought in just can't. It's like that middle of the line depth. You know what I mean? Those mid kicks.
Do you think that's been the biggest argument that we've had internally here? I think it is, right? Special teams. Just because we've either been so confident in certain coaches or players, and then we're certain and confident about certain, like when Narveson got hired, I said hired, like as if basically it is a job.
He got through orientation.
He got yes, right. He made through 3 interviews and then he got it. Do you want to go live to Matt?
Yeah, let's go to Matt real quick. Let's see if we can get a feel for how Matt. That's interesting. So he said The reason there was more of a balance was there's a pass protection issue. Is he talking about Jacobs there with the pass protection issue? What do you think, Tim? How are you reading that?
I don't know.
Because I've seen Emmanuel Wilson blow. I've seen Emmanuel Wilson blow.
I was going to say we saw that too. I mean, if anyone's guilty, it could be both of our running backs, but our O-line didn't play particularly great today.
Boy.
So. Yeah, Tim, this one's for you, man. Eldergren Super Chat. Just a reminder, Carlson was perfect last year on field goals inside 40 yards. I don't know if that's true or not, but you remember us talking about it like, be careful what you wish for. Just because you're bringing in a new kicker doesn't mean it's going to be a better kicker. I'm just waiting now for Carlson to sign somewhere and be the next best thing like his brother was. That's
just waiting for the fans to start drumming up Mason Crosby's name again.
I mean, is it fair though? I mean, the fans that are
thanks for the super chat, Eldergreen. Appreciate you.
I'm so sorry.
That's the only way I'm talking kicker is super chats only. If you want to talk.
That's all we do now is kicker chats for like 50
As of right now, it looks like Carlson is still on the practice squad for the Giants.
Is it? Okay.
All right.
Might see him next Sunday.
Legit though, guys. Is it real? We lost by how many points? Is it 3?
3.
Lost by 2.
I know where you're going. I'm going to disagree already.
All right, that's fine, Tim. But we need to.
You're not going to tell me 2 missed field goals why we lost the game. It's not why we lost this game.
But I'm just going to say, numbers wise, if you're an average fan, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm an average fan. I don't know nothing. All right, I don't know nothing. All I'm saying is that I know 6 is more than 3. We lost by 3, and had we had the 6, that means it's more points. Do you know what I'm saying there? I'm trying to connect these dots for these guys. I'm just saying, Timmy, we've had this conversation, and me and you specifically,
everything that you complained about all afternoon about this game, you're going to tell me that 2 missed kicks is why we didn't win? How about getting boat raced in the first quarter, down 3 scores?
100%. I understand that.
How about lackluster approach on defense, sitting in man coverage, getting lit up all afternoon and not making changes?
I agree with that. 100%.
How about stupid penalties on the offensive line, shooting us in the foot? I'm sorry, I refuse to believe 2 kicks. You can do the math game. The math is definitely math, and I'm not saying you're not correct here. Well, you'd love to have those points back, but you can't tell me that that's what cost us this game. I just
100%. Tim, you're 100% correct. And like I said, if you stop time and you go on a glass shield and you go, no, we could have 6 points when there's not 3 points. I understand that. That's fair. But to be fair, we also did have a big concern. People like myself, a lot of people on this podcast had concerns that we were not good in the special teams department. We even had this conversation about last week about Rick Bisaccia and how valuable he is or is he not to the team. It's pretty clear that I would argue that penalties, lack of defense, and then third, special teams lost us this game. Is that fair to say?
I think what's fair to say is TV Fanatics spot on here. A lost is a lost. I'm not going to celebrate it just because we lost by 2. So,
yeah.
TV Fanatic, no one's going to pressure you to celebrate, brother. Okay. So
does it make sense though? Can you guys like comment on that? Like what?
No, it was misspelled. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, go ahead.
It was a good TV show though, right?
That TV show sucked. By the way, it was the worst.
It's funny. I said it was a good TV show, and I've never watched it. So
it's so bad.
Funny how that works. Here's the thing, like, and Amelia, I want to get your take. Could we have won the game if we had hit one of those 2 field goals that were missed? Yes. Could we have won the game if we missed those field goals and not turned the ball over 4 times? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Could we have won the game if we hadn't decided we were all of a sudden going to change up our entire defensive scheme and treat Justin Jefferson as if he is Jerry Rice and won the game? Yeah, we probably could have. There is a half a dozen things that we could have won this.
Just add to that we're still above 7 penalties a game.
Yeah, we can't fixate on one thing that's the cause of this loss when there's so many things wrong. I mean,
I understand that argument, you guys, but what's the one job of a kicker? To kick field goals. Mm-hmm. What's the one? What's multiple jobs of a wide receiver?
Right.
Run this route, run that route, run block. You maybe have to do special teams. The kicker has one job. It's to kick the ball through the uprights. I'm sorry. We didn't have a bad snap.
Kick off too, Jake.
Well, most of the time, yeah. Now,
We had to kick
Why don't
off.
we just practice drop kicking it instead of just kicking? Like, let's just do the little. If you bounce it off the ground and kick it through the uprights, we're good. Like, let's just bring in the Aussie. Hale's ready to
Daniel
go. Bring
Whelan
him
do
up,
it.
and we're good to go.
Have Daniel Whelan
also
do it.
I'm just saying, I think we would have won this game if we had a good kicker. I'm going to say that. Yeah.
Jacob, we also haven't been able to not have less than 7 penalties a game. Like, we are
Exactly. Again, what I'm saying, coaching wrong, coaching be bad, coach bad now time. Well, I use many word when small talk will do.
Because I get lost when we lost. So
no, I'm really honestly not trying to be negative. I just
have me convinced, Jake. No.
I just think that there was a penalty against the fact that we were incompetent today. I think that the coaching was incompetent. I think the offense was incompetent. Davian Wicks was incompetent for the first half, and the guy cleared up, figured out how to do it as he went on. But like same with Jordan Love, man. We got guys that are slow starters, strong finishers. Sometimes, hey, that's a good thing, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
It's not great when you're in the NFL, man. What are your thoughts here? There's a lot of comments in social media right now, a lot. And again, so sorry.
That's why I'm not looking at it.
So sorry.
Jacob, I think kicking is what fired up our offense. And no, isn't that how we scored the first touchdown? Was through the kicking game?
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm just trying to say, what is your thoughts to the people that said, hey, this should have been a Malik Willis game? What are your thoughts? Ooh. What do you think the score would be? Me personally, I really do.
My thoughts are the people that said it should have been a Malik Willis game. If we lose the game, those same people will be going, this should have been a Jordan Love game. He's got to get out there and play.
Well, okay.
That is exactly how that would have went.
Yep. Exactly.
If they would have lit his ass up with blitzes and there's no way he could have scrambled and he would have, couldn't have got their little chicanery. You see him try to run the chicanery there in the first quarter. Did y'all see that little loop-de-loo spin and fake? It's on tape now, boys.
Loop-de-loo. Give me a break.
Your dummy-os can't run a draw play. You got trick plays. Oopsie, effing oop.
Billy Bob gonna puke.
So, again, man, I don't subscribe to that whole, if Malik Willis had been the starter, we would have won. No one knows that. No one knows that.
Sit your butt outside.
Know this, if Malik Willis had been the quarterback in the second half, we wouldn't have scored 22 points because you can't run those little oop-de-oos and spinabouts and chicanery and drop 22 on a team. And I'm sorry, that was 22 points in the fourth quarter they scored. That takes a quarterback throwing the ball down the field. But I don't know, man. Again, there's a lot of reasons they lost this game. I wanted to hit this real quick, get your all's take on it, because I said this in the chat. As soon as Matt LaFleur almost got ejected from the game, I was like, this is the type of thing that gets teams fired up right here. This is what gets your team to respond. I'll make sure the sound's down, all right? But this is what it was. I want you to watch here in the replay. That's what he got the flag for right here. Almost got ejected, okay? There's Uncle Bill saying get back on the sideline. Now watch. This is what he's pissed off about. Look at this. Watch this. Timeout.
Thank you.
Now watch. I need to watch. Timeout. Hey, yeah,
timeout. Timeout.
Give me a damn timeout here, right? I don't blame him.
Yep.
And when you respond that way, the guys on the bench are going, all right, coach is fighting. We got to fight too. It's 28-0.
Yep.
28-0.
Yeah, I will say I got really heated about that, and I said some stuff I shouldn't have said online. I apologize to anybody that maybe saw that. I was very heated about that because of the fact that legit LaFleur is doing what a coach does. He's doing what a good coach does. He needs to be the person. And oh gosh, Tim, I don't want to even acknowledge it, but that Bill Vinovich, he's a Vinovich. I don't like that man. I think he's the worst. I don't think he's a good person, and I think he literally just wants to see himself. No, it's not him. Don't label that man.
I look great.
He makes that man look like a friend. Yeah, exactly. Anyways. Randy Steen has a Snapchat. Damn it!
Snapchat. Jacob got Snapchat on the mind. I don't know what he got into.
Guys. What if we called a bad team with no playoff hopes for a competent aging kicker? Say a fourth. At least a year or two. If it gets us a win, I say, yeah, why?
So the kicker issue should have been solved in March. Now we're here, boys. And I know Randy's not saying this. I'm with you. Listen, I agree with Randy. If you could trade a 4th-round pick for a kicker that's going to kick 85+% field goal, yeah, sign me up. Sign me up, right? If Justin Tucker's on the market for a 4th, I'll give you a 3rd just because I appreciate you cooperating. But they're not out there. That's the reality. They're not out there. All that's out there right now are the Narvisons and the Carlsons and those guys that are kind of on that same tier. That's not to dog them. It's just, it is what it is.
There's a bunch of guys with mullets just sitting on the corner being like, I can kick that football. And you're like,
again,
yeah,
Randy,
right.
thank you for the super chat, but we appreciate you. Thank you for the Snapchat. We appreciate you.
I'm
right, so
not
I wanna
on
show-
the snap face very much. Coach Belichick.
That is what Belichick said. Let's go to this. This is what I wanted to point out when we were talking about game planning. And I'm not going to continue to do the whole song and dance of all these fans that wanted man coverage. And it is what it is now, right? So here is the play call. This is a strike concept. Okay, it's kind of a double crosser strike concept where you got to climb. You got a 9 route on the right. And you got to climb coming across the field. What I want you guys to key in on is watch. This is man coverage. This is, first of all, the first play that gashed us. I think it was the first explosive of the game. Sam Darnold deep right to Naylor for 31 yards. So this is definitely an explosive play. But I want you to key in on, watch the man coverage. All right, so you can tell it's definitely man coverage, right? And you're kind of showing 2 high shell, like it's going to be cover 2 man. But what they're doing is they've got 25, which is Keyshawn Nixon, trailing Justin Jefferson, and they've got 33, Evan Williams, playing over the top. That's what you call bracket coverage. So you're double teaming Justin Jefferson, and Eric Stokes just gets cooked in man coverage. And again, this is what happens with man coverage. It happened the whole first half. Cooked. That right there is really what set the tone for the game, that first 31-yarder. If we were to go
that
back,
was what was so astounding to me is why did it take being down 3 touchdowns to see a glimmer of a change?
It's crazy.
We saw that 4 minutes into this football game. We knew this wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And we stuck with it throughout the first half, really.
Yep. And then right here, let's see what we got. This to me looks like zone match. This is zone match. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is zone match, but again, 26 turns into man coverage. He just doesn't hit his spot. This is cover 3 zone match, which if the one breaks a 7-yard threshold, most likely it could have been 5. When he breaks the threshold, it now becomes man coverage. So this isn't spot drop. This is match, which turns into man, and he just gets cooked. I don't know what he's looking at there. And again, that's Ballantyne, right?
It's Ballantyne.
But
I talked him up so much this morning. I was like, Ballantyne's our best man corner. He's going to be very good against these guys.
Good thing he was running zone there, right?
It doesn't matter. He got burned so hard.
It was match, so it was. Yeah. It turns into man, but it's again.
My little brother he's like, man, Jair's out this week, and I went, hey, don't worry about it though. I said, Jair's statistically like one of the worst guys we got against man. I said, Ballantyne is one of the best. I even said that in my stupid group chat, and then all my Viking friends, Ballantyne. Like, oh my god, I got roasted.
You need better friends.
I need.
So you can see right here. This is pay for them if you have to, man.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
So here's the touchdown pass. I think it was to Oliver. You'll notice man coverage. See everybody in man coverage. Why not sit in a cover 2 right there and have 5 underneath? You could even go cover 1 with 5 underneath and just kind of play the sticks, play the goal line there, then fade back if you need to. I don't know why we got so trigger happy with man coverage today, but that's just, man, it's frustrating. So there you go with that one. I just want to point out a couple of those. That's how it's important to understand why, what happened and why did it happen early on, because that's really what threw us out of our complete game plan on offense and obviously forced us to make a good change on defense. But
is it crazy to you guys that the pass rush was just not existent? What happened to our pass rush?
We saw it for a few minutes there. Was that late third quarter? We saw our boy Halfley dial up a few, and we got a 3 and out. We got a pressure to the quarterback, but yeah, we didn't see that at all consistently throughout the game.
Legitimately, we were supposed to have, Darnold's a pocket guy, right? He's not a scrambler. He had no pressure, dude. Nothing. I didn't see Rashawn Gary the whole game. Did you guys?
Just on a couple of run stuff and tackles. And I don't know. I have to look to see if he's being chipped or what. I didn't pay much attention to him. I want to try to find that sack for you real quick. Looks like they did not put it on next gen stats. I'm pretty sure that was a cat blitz. Wasn't that Keyshawn? Am I thinking right?
Yeah, and the sack fumble. Yeah, it was a cat. It was kind of like a delayed. It looked like they were coming from the other side, and Keyshawn blitzed from his blind side.
Got it. And then you had the Quay Walker sack. Let's see what Hafley dialed up right here. So obviously you're showing off. You got 29 up here. So you got Xavier McKinney up on the line of scrimmage on Justin Jefferson on this play. Let's see what happens here. You got everybody mugging. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the line of scrimmage. Something we said you didn't need to do this game. So that's how they hit home, though. All right, good deal. So you dropped McDuffie into coverage. So this is a cover 3 defense. Maybe not. This is cover 2. So they ran an invert. Yeah. They ran a little cover 2 invert if you want to consider McKinney's playing corner right there. So they ran a little invert. Yep. So, again, there you go. Zone. Hit home with the sack, right? And you only brung 5. So that's part of the game plan there. You're mugging both gaps there with the backers. And Quay, great play there, man, too. Great play by Quay. Hopefully Devontae Wyatt's all right. Have you guys heard anything on his injury yet? No. It seemed like an ankle. Is that right?
I thought it was, or hip, ankle, something leg. I was originally thought it was maybe the shoulder, how he landed. You know, he had the shoulder issue this week in practice, and I thought, oh gosh, something got worse. But I believe it's left leg issue.
Yeah, it looked like he got carted off, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken, like which is just never.
No, he walked off.
Did he walk? Or I'm sorry, yeah, you're right.
Watson got carted off.
Watson walked off at first, and then they
and by the way, like the fact, what do we think about that, guys? Like, you know what? Honestly, more than anything that makes me mad today is people literally trying to crap on that dude. He got his leg bent back, like to the point of where they don't show it on TV, and they're saying, "Oh, he's made of glass." The guy walked off the field. That is the most. It makes
people just want to be right. They want to be right, and they're these same emotional fans that a year and a half ago they were screaming he's made of glass, he's weak, he's injury prone, all those things, and then all of a sudden they're all year long they're looking for their opportunity to prove they were right a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's literally all that. Just trolls, just waiting to troll. It's just disgusting, dude.
I agree, completely agree. All right, wait, how is he still live? You think, Emilio?
Yeah, it just popped up.
All right,
J Love's live, right? Okay, here we go.
Let me hop over there.
But yeah, I mean, for real, like, dude, you wouldn't be the first one that wants that to happen to your knee. Trust me. I mean,
yeah. All right, here we go, fellas. Let's get this pulled up. I apologize. By now, you got to know that the show sucks, so you can't expect too much from us. All right, but here we go. Here's J Love at the podium. He was trying to hit Romeo. To me, it looked like Musgrave might have ran the wrong route on that play.
And he jumped up and ended up tipping that ball.
Yeah. That's a guy. Musgrave is, oh, man. It's tough. It's tough. You see a guy with all the talent in the world, but, man, he can't get out of his own way. On the outside, he really fades left and puts it a little too far to the inside as opposed to out on that throw to Wicks. Love the accountability there, though. Jordan Love, like, hey, look, that's on me. Love it.
And the one that Christian, you said you didn't see the guy. Do you think that was
that was QB1 there at the podium as the Packers again dropped a tough one here. Minnesota 31, Green Bay 29 at Lambeau.
Full accountability from our quarterback.
Absolutely.
Full accountability. That's a leader right there.
Yeah.
Question: do y'all think it was a mistake, or I want to say like was it a mistake that they didn't start Malik Willis?
No.
Did they force Jordan Love out there too soon?
No.
Not at all.
You saw nothing in his game that was hindered by the fact that they maybe would have put him out there too soon?
No.
Nothing in his game that was hindered?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't 100%. My question is, do you think Malik Willis at 100% is better than Jordan Love at 90%?
I don't know. I'm posing that question.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Is there any reason that you maybe would have saw that there would have been a benefit of having a Malik Willis package out there to disguise something that they were doing?
Well, we ran the Malik Willis play there that I was talking about where we're spinning around doing 360s in the backfield, and they were all over it.
Right.
Again, the beautiful thing about those type of play calls early in the season, they weren't on tape. They were what we call unscouted looks. Now they're on tape. Cat's out of the bag.
100%.
And Love tried to run one, and I was like, for God's sakes, they're going to get him killed back there.
Guys, I'm just asking questions, all right? Do you want everybody that nods agreement?
I mean,
all right?
so
I'm trying to
Jacob,
pose a devil's advocate here. Give me
the only thing I would say was if you're maybe wanting like one Taysom Hill package,
exactly. Yes.
Maybe
that's what I was thinking. Yes.
Maybe Matt could have ran that in the second when we were down 28-0. Like, you needed a jolt or something, but you got to let Love. I mean, we threw the ball 30 plus times. 40 times.
Let him play his way through it is what they did.
Yeah.
I think if there was one more score from the Vikings before half, maybe you would have started wondering if the game fully got away from you. Do you leave J Love out there? Maybe you make a swap at that point. I was thinking that, but the fact that we found a way to get a score there and kind of keep ourselves alive, I think it made us really want to stick with Jordan and let him play his way through it. And you see, he did progressively get better throughout the game.
The next game, he's going to be even more equipped. He's going to be ready to go because the longer you push that out, it's going to keep happening. It's only going to build up, and sooner or later, you got to get out there. That's what Balaga, and let me keep that up for just a second, please. That's what Balaga was talking about. Is like you've got to go out there and take hits. You've got to earn. You've got to feel that confidence again that you're not going to get hurt on that knee. That's exactly same thing, Emilio. I know you know about the ACL, MCL, similar mindset. You've got to go out there and know, all right, I've taken hits. I'm good. I'm good to go. I think you've seen that in the first half. He started selling.
Right. And mine was a surgery. I mean, I feel like his would even be kind of, it's like, the jet, right? It's like Enigbare. I mean, you didn't have surgery, nothing was repaired. Did you strengthen it enough? Did your rehab do everything it needed to do? Is it actually going to be okay? That's a mental hurdle. Love is a tough guy, but I know those things are hard to get through.
Yeah, Reef in the chat says, Love gave us our best chance to win today. His knowledge on blitz is better than Malik. Completely agree. They would have had Malik confused all to hell out there. And for anyone who says, well, you don't know that, yes, we do. We do know that. He's been in the league for 3 years. His former teammates are saying this dude doesn't know ball. And then we design, as everyone's seen with their own 2 eyes, we design specific packages, specific offense where we're not trying to drive the ball down the field, and we're just simply playing with the ground control, with possession, control the clock, all those things. That's not going to work every Sunday. It's just not going to work. Could it have worked today? It's possible. But then next week we're having the same conversation. Is Jordan's knee going to be ready? Is he going to be good to go? You just paid this dude $220 million, and now all of a sudden we think a guy that no one else in the league was interested in, not even given a 6th-round pick for, he's better than Love? Like that's I'm with you here, Reef. Like it's again, I'm as emotional as the next person. Trust me, I get way too emotional watching the Packers play. But you've got to step back and go, okay, let's take everything into account. Jordan Love had a historic second half of the season last year. The reality is the second half of his season last year was better statistically than Aaron Rodgers' best year. If he had done that in both halves of the season, he would have had Aaron Rodgers' best numbers ever. He would have thrown 2 interceptions and 73 touchdowns or whatever it would have been. Like now all of a sudden, no, Jordan sucks. Malik's the guy. It's just not – that's not real. It's not a real thing. Yep. And people can fan how they want to fan, but I'm specifically talking to the people that are all over Facebook, and I think some of them are Viking fans and Bears fans who are creating fake profiles just to make us look stupid, who are going to go, Malik Willis is a better quarterback than Jordan Love. Those are the same people that after 2 games, you can literally comb back through their old posts and see that they were the ones going, he only did it a half a season. Well, he did it 8 games. Malik did it 2, but Malik's the guy. How the hell does that make sense? What are we talking about? Malik may be a better football player than Jordan Love. I want to propose a bet. Someone put that money on the table for me. I'd love to see someone bet the farm on that because they're not going to. They're getting emotional, and they're just – I think a lot of them are just trolling. I really do. There's no doubt his knee was bothering him. Yeah. You could see all game long he couldn't drive the ball the way he wanted to drive the ball. But to sit here and pretend like he's going to be or Malik Willis is going to be able to read and recognize the defense when Taylor Lewan came right out and said the dude doesn't know ball. He can't read defenses. And then you go and watch what he did the last couple of weeks. Watch the plays he made. Watch the flood concept we broke down on Chalk Talk. That's a one-read play. That's a pick aside, one read. Oh, hark, he flipped his hips. I'm going to throw a 6-yard out route. And everybody's like, he can read defenses. That's not reading the defense. Like, he may be able to, but we haven't seen that from him. We haven't seen a guy who's going to go out there and put up the type of numbers that a franchise quarterback puts up.
We have seen it from Jordan Love, though, consistently, and we've seen him change protections. We've seen him can out of plays. We've seen him diagnose blitzes. So I agree, Clayton. I'm with you on that one for sure.
I mean, and he attempted 54 passes. He's a leader in yards for this week right now, 389, and completed 59% of them. I mean, that's 60% is not far off from going to be what his year average will be. So.
Yeah, exactly. And let's look at the hits here. This is how many times did they hit him? I thought we had a statistic for that. Maybe we don't. During the game, I think they had one. I can't find it. I want to say he got hit 10 times. I want to say Jordan got hit 10 times. I could be wrong. I read it somewhere. If you get hit 10 times and you only give up one sack for 10 yards, you were only sacked one time, and you've got a sprained MCL, and you still threw for 389 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, I don't know, man. I think we're being unrealistic to expect that dude to do much more than that. I really do. Jaden Reed, on the other hand, is a freaking dog. And if you removed all the targets, it looked like Davian Wicks had a good day. The problem is he got targeted 13 times, only had 5 catches. But he had the 2 touchdowns.
Can we talk about Davian? Like, what's going on with him, dude?
Sophomore slump, man. Sophomore slump. Happens to the best of them. We were talking about it in the chat with Justin, Jacob. I see some fans haven't been around for that long, but I'm telling you, you go back to Tay Adams. Adams, they were ready to run his ass.
They were ready to run Tay Adams out of town. I'm old enough to remember that.
I'm old enough to remember. That was year 3. Like, once you put stuff on tape, they know, okay, here's his strength, here's his weakness, and they're going to start to play you different. They really are. Godsmack AR69 with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, now I see why we pay Jair Alexander so much money. Outside of Mr. Interception McKinney, our secondary was a toilet fire. Dude, I don't know if there's another corner in the game playing better zone coverage this year. My problem is if you look at the statistics, you look at the true analytics, Godsmack, Jair is one of the worst man cover corners in the league this year. So if we'd have had the same play calls today, outside of the touchdown to Justin Jefferson, I wholeheartedly believe Jair doesn't let that drop in the bucket the way Valentine does. I mean, that was a bad look, right? Because I think Jair does have really good ball skills, but he's struggled really, really bad in man coverage this year. There's no doubt about that. I want to say his quarterback rating when target is like 113 or something.
Yeah. What do you think about Elgrim's comment here?
That's the question I want to know, Eldegrim. I want to go back and watch the tape and go, why were they forcing the ball to Tay Wicks? I guarantee you there's a reason. I guarantee you they're bracket covering, maybe Jaden Reed at some point, maybe Dobby, I don't know. But I know this, a large majority of the time that he did throw to Wicks, should have caught the ball.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that? Or am I being too
hard on him on that one that he dropped to hit him right in the chest? But, looking back at it, I think that was one of those old, losing it in the sun kind of thing.
He had 4 balls that he should have grabbed. Easy grabs.
Yep.
It's
the kicker lost us the game, though, right?
Look at Drew D with the
that's a good point, Tim. Hey, that's a good point. You're not
2
wrong.
missed field goals. 2 missed field goals, 4 turnovers, 2 more turnovers on downs led to 24 points. 24 Minnesota
creepers.
That's in the textbook of how to lose a ball game.
Like Tim just said, it's not on any single one person kind of thing. And I think it's easy to blame it on because it's a situational down where it's like, hey, that's why I said the kicker is the loneliest position to ever play in football or possibly any sports. You got everything on you, dude. You got the spotlight on you. And we can sit here and say, yeah, you cost us 6 points. Therefore, we lost by 3 or we lost,
Drop touchdown cost you 6 points too.
It was just going to say, there are many more, probably 100 more plays that would literally dictate, not probably, it will dictate whether or not you win or lose this game. It's just we highlight the fact that the spotlight will be on this one possession, this one guy, this one kick. Well, what brought him to that point? You know what I mean?
What brought him to that point, Jacob? 4 for 12 on third down, 33%, and 0 for 2 on fourth down. I mean,
this team lost as a team. This was a team loss. And they got back in this game as a team too. And
I'm happy about the 80% red zone, right? I'll take that all day long. But the fact that we were 33% on third and 0 for 2 on fourth, that's an issue. I mean, that's not converting. That's putting your D-back out there. That's putting them in a bad spot on those 2 fourth downs. And then you add in the 2 kicks. Those are technically turnovers, right? So that's a problem.
Y'all ready for the fastest super chat in PTA history? Y'all ready for that?
Let's see it.
What?
Mr. Popzilla says, "Go!" I appreciate the super chats.
You little mother.
Hey, listen, seriously, congratulations.
Right.
That team, y'all came out on freaking fire, no doubt about it. And
but Hafley hasn't given up more than 34 yet. I'm just going to put that out there. We're still under that. Let's just.
I just snorted into the mic.
I snorted too.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's going to happen again. And I shouldn't have picked this as a Vikings win at the beginning of the season. Kind of kicking myself for that right now. But
this is your fault, Emilio.
But
Sit your butt outside.
it was all part of the plan. We're going to let the Vikings get off to a hot start. And then right around the trade deadline, it's going to start tapering off.
Yeah. So here is the Xavier McKinney interception, just to kind of show you guys the diagram. To me, this looks like cover 3 zone match. And the key here is watch 26. See how 26 is kind of fading out to play like a deep third there. 20 is playing in the middle of the field. To me, that's what it looks like. If and then the number 1 goes vert, so Stokes turns into man coverage. 58 has got the flat if and then with the flat there. And then, of course, you got McKinney being well aware of what they're going to try to do with Aaron Jones, and McKinney breaking on this ball. Listen, I know it wasn't technically an interception.
I was going to say, I don't want to be the damn stick in the mud, but like he didn't. That was
a break on that ball, bro.
Here's the guy.
He's so good though. McKinney's so good.
He
had an amazing break on the ball earlier in the game. That should have been a pick. He was just literally a split second off. Do you remember seeing that one?
Yeah.
Like the guy is so good.
Did you hear him in the pregame when they asked him in the pregame? They asked McKinney. They said, "You're down, Jair Alexander. You're down this." And he I can't even remember what he said exactly, but it was something along the effect that it doesn't matter. We're going to hit a ball out. Like no excuses, right? Doesn't matter who's on the field. That dude's the leader of that locker room, and I want to see him step up, and be even more of a leader. I love him, man. Again, that's the first time in Green Bay Packer history, if I understood correctly, that a player has got an interception in the first 4 games of his career, first 4 games with that team. So anytime you've done something for the first time since what, Tim, 1919, I think it's kind of a big deal. So
pretty special.
All right. Go ahead, Jacob. What else you got? Anything else in the chat or Tim? Anybody got anything?
Emilio, why are you laughing, Emilio? He's trying to be professional, dude.
I am. I'm keeping it
Just hoping you'd keep
it. Didn't have anything to do with that, did it?
Jesus. I tried that already. Dang it.
Just the tip.
I've got nothing else that I want to comment on other than the fact that, like, the penalties. What are we doing with these? Are we – who's to blame for these? How do we shore this up?
I'm to blame because in the pregame, I said I'd be willing to bet the farm that the Packers going to have less penalties than the Vikings. Maybe it's coming next week, boys. Law of averages. But let's see what the penalties ended up being here real quick as we look at the team stats. So penalty-wise
put up Bill's stats for the game here.
That's actually not as bad as I thought it was. 8 for 68, and the Vikings were 7 for 55.
The problem was we had 5 in the first half.
We had 5 on the first 3 plays somehow.
Yeah. That's why
they'll be running the pyramid. They'll be running the pyramid Monday, definitely.
You guys know I'm the conspiracy guy. I'm just saying, as soon as we were like out of the game, all of a sudden the refs are like, "Oh, let's make this a game. Let's make this entertaining." Just saying.
Let's see what else we got here, boys. Let's go through the box score real quick. That good with you guys? Let's just kind of hit it.
Yes, yeah.
I guess we have to. If you had told me after that game that Sam Darnold got sacked more than Jordan Love, I'd have said you were smoking crack. I'm just telling you. But he did. He got sacked twice for 20, lost 21 yards there. So Sam Darnold goes 20 of 28 for 275, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. So can we please stop pretending like he's not playing good this year? Whoever whoever that applies to. Like I've heard some people be like, well, he's not really that. It's like you got to give credit where credit's due. That dude is playing perfectly within the scheme. Obviously, he throws the pick to Xavier McKinney. Other than that, he played pretty darn well.
Tim, was it me and you? I swear, me and you were the ones who were like, watch out for the freaking Vikings this year, because Sam Darnold has never had this is the first year he's ever had like he's had 5 different coaches, 5 different offensive coordinators. The guy's never had anywhere to settle down. All of a sudden they get into a position where they got Justin Jefferson. Like, what do you we called it. I think we called it.
I'd rather have McCarthy, say what you want about him being, a high draft pick and all of this, but he's a rookie. And that's the thing with Darnold. Darnold has a lot of starts under his belt, and a lot of different systems, a lot of different places. He's seen a lot of different looks.
First round draft pick.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of saw it coming, and I had a feeling. Now, I will say this. I'm not going to dog Minnesota too much, because if they did anything today, they proved that they're for real. So I don't think there can be any more, there can be no more of this talk like that there's some kind of fluke. Like, this Vikings team is legit. So the power balance in the NFC North is Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay. We all know the truth about the Bears. But when it comes to Minnesota, you got to, like Clayton said, you got to give credit where credit's due. And they've made some moves. They've bolstered their defense, and it showed today. Kudos to the Pack for sticking in it, though, and playing together and, grinding it out, making it difficult in that second half. But, man, did they have us behind the 8 ball right away, early and often in this game. It was looking pretty grim there for a while, boys.
Yeah, definitely. Emilio, what do you got here, bro? Talk to us.
I just pulled up Sam Darnold's chart here in Next Gen Stats. It said Sam Darnold was most effective in rhythm dropbacks against Packers between 2.5 and 4 seconds, completing 14 of 19 for 215 with 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Mila, where was the pass rush? Where was it? It's on a milk carton somewhere, because I can't find this person.
I think maybe we need a little more NASCAR stand up or something. I mean,
did we see any overload today?
Switch up the rotation. I don't
remember seeing any blitzes of anything. I mean, I just looked.
I'm just saying, like we were talking about pregame, like wide nines, and then moving guys, overloading to a side. I don't think did we see any of that? I mean, we'll have to check.
That's a great point. I don't know if I remember one time we played with an overload. Emilio, do you remember seeing one?
Not from what I was watching. No, but I also did kind of miss that first half a little bit. So second on it,
we'll have the Keyshawn highlight. We'll have the nickel blitz highlight.
Yeah, right. That was nice. Break that down.
That was one of the worst moments of today. Was the fact that I had to relate what was happening to Emilio in text form. And he'd be like, "Oh my God, what just happened?" And then, like 3 plays after the worst thing happened, he'd be like, "Oh
as
no!"
Jacob's like screaming into his phone.
Jacob's trying to snap his phone in half.
That's another snort. Right. So, Aaron Jones finishes the day 22 carries for 93 yards. Let's see. Let's go to the Packers side here first of all. Jordan Love. 32 of 54, 389 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, been sacked once for 10 yards. Josh Jacobs, 9 carries for 51 yards. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry.
We got to give him the ball more than 9 times a game.
God,
come on.
That's weird. What the fuck happened there? What happened there?
I don't know. Emmanuel Wilson, 8 carries for 27 yards. Jordan Love carried it once for 6. That's where he got banged up on the knee there. Jaden Reed had 1 carry for 2 yards. Receiving, newsflash, Jaden Reed's a dog. 7 catches for 139 yards and a touchdown. Guys, he was targeted only 8 times, and he made 7 catches. That's just
phenomenal. At this point, when they ask who the wide receiver 1 is in Green Bay, it's Jaden Reed?
Oh, absolutely.
I think it is, right?
Yeah.
It just is.
Yep, I think he is the best receiver.
And it's not a traditional, like it's not like he's an X. They're using him he's like a Debo / Randy Moss / like whatever he does everything. He just does everything.
Listen, they said Jaden Reed caught 7 of 8 for 139, generating a career high plus 61 receiving yards over expected. He caught all 3 of his intermediate targets, 10 to 19 air yards for 60. Including his lone touchdown. Reed was most effective against off coverage, where he was targeted 9 times, catching 4 of 72 and a score.
Dude, like that's crazy good. Like he's so good.
Yep. And we needed him. And this was the Love one that they had. Said after completing just 9 of 12 passes under 10 air yards for 59 in the first half, 4.9 yards per average. Love was more effective on underneath pass attempts in the second half, completing 14 of 16 for 117 and 2 touchdowns at 7.3. However, Love struggled against the Vikings blitz throughout the day, completing 16 of 25 at negative 5.3% CPOE for 157, including 1 touchdown and 2 of his 3 picks. So he was not cooking against the blitz, clearly.
Definitely.
But look at that target map. I mean, that looks like that was what Caleb Williams threw for 52 times last week. I think Love threw 54 this. Let's see.
Yeah.
54, 32 of 54.
You might have to ice that arm down today, boys. No doubt about that. All right, let's see. Tucker Kraft targeted 9 times, 6 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Had a long of 21. Oh, sorry. And obviously he had that fumble there at the end. It's tough. I think we would all agree he should have went out of bounds. But, man, what are the chances that ball doesn't bounce out of bounds? It just kind of sticks in the – you know what I'm talking about?
First of all, that was just a phenomenal defensive play.
Yeah, just punching it
out. You have to give it up. I mean, a perfectly executed punch out. And you're right. It doesn't happen if Tuck goes right out of bounds there. And we just keep that drive rolling. It's unfortunate, but that was a hell of a play by that.
I absolutely hate that Tuck Kraft had to have, like Tim just said, the most precise. It was like Chuck Norris. Hey, Chuck Norris with a right hook. There was no way you can combat that, man.
Heard it from a fan right here.
It's ninja on ninja. There's no way of combating that.
Here's the guy.
There's just no way of combating it, man. It's Yu-Gi-Oh. It's Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's what it is.
There you go. All right. On the defense.
Hadouken!
Quay Walker, 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss. Eric Stokes with 7 tackles. Keyshawn Nixon with 7 tackles, a sack, and a tackle for a loss. Also, he forced the fumble. Keep that in mind. Isaiah McDuffie, 7 tackles. Rashawn Gary had 4 tackles. All 4 of them were solo. Edgerrin Cooper had 4 tackles. 4 tackles, 1 for a loss. It feels like Coop was in there a little bit more.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the snap counts in this one. He definitely had more than he had last week, for sure.
I agree. Kenny Clark continues to just disappear, man. Only 4 tackles. Xavier McKinney, 4 tackles. Javon Bullard had 4 tackles, 1 for a loss. LVN had 3 tackles. Devontae Wyatt had 3 tackles, 1 for a loss. And we'll stop right there.
We got to have some fun, boys. Come on. Let's shake this loss off. Come on now.
Oh, God.
Xavier McKinney with the interception. Keyshawn Nixon. They threw Keyshawn Nixon out there, baby. They said, hey, get on out there. Return a punt since they're going to kick it through the end zone. He got 1 yard. All right. So his long of the day was 1 yard.
Got 1.
Braden Iverson with the big goose egg. He was 3 for 3 on extra points, but missed both field goals. And then, of course, Daniel Whelan just continues to do Daniel Whelan things. That dude has just got a cannon for a leg. So, I'd never feel good about bragging about the punter. You know what I'm saying? Just
right.
That's
not
not
a good
fun.
look.
Not fun. So, there you go. That is your box score. As far as Justin Jefferson, 8 targets, 6 catches, 85 yards, and that touchdown. Jordan Addison, 4 targets, 3 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. They got a lot of weapons, man. There's no doubt about it. Aaron Jones was targeted 5 times. He had 4 catches, 46 yards. I'm still pissed off that Aaron Jones isn't a Packer. I can't. I try to hide it. I try to lie about it. But, man, it bothers me. It's like –
and to think that, like you'd see him get more of a workload than Josh Jacobs. We talk about Josh Jacobs being like, a workhorse back, a back that you can –
younger, healthier.
Yeah, give him more carries. You can really lean on him in the run game if you need to. I think it's just something that
I'm sorry. That's just that
I don't remember having those conversations when he first signed with the team.
No, 100% I did. I didn't obviously I didn't make that sound drop either. Who did that? Was that you, Emilio?
That wasn't
you. Oh shit.
It wasn't me.
I'm just saying, it sucked. It definitely sucked today. Aaron Jones came into town and he said, hey, guess what? Y'all should have paid me. And like you just said, the most baffling thing in my brain right now is we let Jones run 9 times. I'm sorry, Jacobs run 9 times. 9 times? 9 times? Isn't that from the Ferris Bueller? He was absent 9 times.
Well, and then you heard in the presser there.
Wait a minute. Did Clayton just say he's never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Did you actually just say that, Clayton?
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim. What was you going to say?
No.
Yeah.
I forgot. It's fine.
No. You've never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Clayton?
Clayton, you've never tried to take the miles off the car?
No, man. Listen, I'm a mature adult. I don't watch movies.
What the? Wait. You've never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Are you serious?
Jacob, you want me to answer it 6 times?
No, I really do.
I'll stand on the chair. Let me stand on the chair. I've never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You heard it from a fan right here.
I'm just all right, chat. Let him have it. Let's go. Let's go. That's maybe worse than the loss.
That's worse than the loss.
Maybe, dude. I'm serious.
Emilio, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it, but man, the chat is not backing up Jacob like we thought they were. Everybody's
What are you talking about?
Everyone in the chat saying, "No, I've never seen it. No problem, never seen it." No, I'm just saying, put the car up on blocks, put it in reverse, and fire it up to see if you can take the miles off it.
Eric Sutherland said, "I haven't seen it either. I like girls." Lord have mercy.
Are you all right over there?
No,
for depression.
Yes, you guys are gonna make me Joe Biden right now.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
Oh my God, this show sucks so bad, man. I don't even like these guys.
Cheese curds and my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
All right, what else we got here, guys? This thing's crashing and burning here.
Elder Grimm says, "Sign Biden as our kicker."
No.
Let's go. Oh gosh,
unbelievable.
Oh Lord,
Emilio, anything else next gen stats wise? Did a fan do anything interesting today?
Let's see. Did we get
I got some advice for y'all. Take 2 weeks off, then quit.
I wish I could quit.
I was in PFF a little early, and they did have some early numbers. I think they had X at about a 90 grade.
Already?
Yeah, well, they disappeared. It was up there for a second, and then it disappeared. So I don't know how it happened, but it had him at a 90. I think they had Stokes was looking rough on his. I think he was like a 30. But, I mean, it's tough. I don't know what to say. I'm happy that the defense didn't give up more than they ever have this year. We still lost our, we needed to hold Aaron Jones. We kept him under 150, but need a little bit more.
I'm happy the most that this team didn't lay down, that they didn't lay down and get boat raced at home. They fought till the bitter end. They had to play against the clock as well as the Vikings there at the end. And after not doing yourself any favors in that first half, you really showed a lot of fight. So as fans, we have to remember that. It would have been real easy to just kind of, lay down and, wait for next week. And this team didn't. They fought till the end. So there's a lot to be proud of there.
That's what Reef said right here. To your point, Tim, he said we acted like Green Bay rolled over. They didn't.
Absolutely,
that's his point.
I agree 100%.
We did fight, and to be honest, a guy like me, guys, I'm a pessimist fan. I can't help it. It just isn't. It's in my blood. It's in my darn. I literally had hope going into like the last to second drive, and that's saying something because I mean this team they dug deep. They did not want to be trampled over. They didn't want to be embarrassed. They actually, if things had worked out, it would have been great. And also, Coach Lynn says, Ferris B is a classic. Come on, man. Stop it. How do you not know that, Clayton? Come on.
Man, we just got running water out here. I don't know. Just a couple of years ago.
Wash your hands, wash your butt, man. That's it. That's all.
That's what you do with that creek water, too, man. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we give away an autographed Antonio Freeman jersey? That sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
All right.
That is a list right there.
Yeah, it is.
Money, big money, big money, big money, big money.
This is all of our YouTube subscribers that are subscribed to the channel here. Not subscribers, members of the PTA Posse. Also members in our Patreon group. All right. So we got everybody on here, 151 on the list.
It's already rigged.
Says it's rigged. So we're going to spin it, and whoever's name it lands on we're going to be giving away an autographed Antonio Freeman jersey. Okay,
Oh
and
my gosh.
the home green as well. So,
got the pinky wheel ready to go.
How about these hands?
let's spin it. Here we go.
Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy.
It's cooking.
Is it going to be?
Going.
So wait, it's where the needle is, not where the pinky is? Chet?
Yeah.
This should be an easy person to find. Oh, Chet.
Are we spinning three? Are we spinning three because we got YouTube in there now, or what are we doing?
I don't have the energy to spin 3. All right, let's do it. We'll do it. All right. So we got Chet.
Gotta get a couple backups here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We do. So Chet is the winner. If we don't hear from
Chet's out at the steakhouse right now.
If we don't hear from him, if we don't hear from Chet, then we're going to give the autographed jersey to Chet's at steak. Unbelievable.
Chet's at a steakhouse buying his wife a Coke.
Who in the hell is a Chet anyway?
Dane Strom.
Yeah, we know Dane. What up,
Dane
Dane?
has won before, too. Look at Dane.
Stromstad.
What was that? Stromstad. All right, so Dane Stromstad is the backup winner. Again, Chet is the actual winner. Mike Berry says it's rigged, unless it lands on his name, of course. Who the hell is Chet? Greg, I have no idea, sir. Here we go.
I don't think that is a real person. That is not real.
You tell that to my stepdad, Chet.
It's like Zane Anderson. And
Hundo Milton. I've never heard that person's name.
I'm pretty sure I bought a dime bag off of Hundo Milton back in the 90s.
You heard it from a fan right here.
Right, so
Mike Berry says rigged again every time Mike's name doesn't get picked.
All right, so the winner is Chet. Chet, reach out to me, and we'll make sure someone's not trying to trick us here either. We got some ways to cross check and make sure someone's not pretending to be Chet. Chet is Chet, and we'll know if Chet's Chet or not. You know what I'm saying? How much Chet could a Chet?
How much Chet could a Chet if a Chet could not Chet?
All right, this show sucks. Anything else, guys? For God's sakes, wasting my life up here.
Things could be a lot worse. I could be a Bears fan.
I agree.
Lord.
Tim, you have the floor, Tim, with no interruptions. Tim, talk to him.
The wheels are not off yet, guys. Like I said, this team had a lot of fight, right? So we're 2-2. It is what it is. I believe even the Bears are 2-2. It's going to be a fight. There's a lot of ball game left. Don't get too down. Don't get too negative. We've got to do a lot of breakdown this week. See what the hell happened out there. How can we adjust? Because we don't have such a great track record on West Coast road trips, and we've got a tough game against the Rams next week that we can't afford to lose. We can't afford to lose another one. Teams can slowly get addicted to losing here. So I think it's important that we bounce back. And like I said, we got to lean on the fact that we fought hard towards the end of this game, and we did. I don't care what anyone says. We went out on a positive. We took it down to the wire. We're still in that game till the bitter end. So, just keep your head up, Packer fans, and let's learn from this and move forward.
Definitely. Shout out to Travis. Travis in the chat said, thanks for making this loss less hurtful. Guys, that's the goal. Whether we win or lose, if it's a loss, we're not going to get in here and be depressed. We're going to talk about what happened, but have some fun too. So, Mr. Larry.
I was going to highlight that one.
Known as the snort episode. Thanks for the after loss relief. Go Pack, go. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate you, buddy, for sure. And Go Pack 84 fan says Josh Jacobs will eat next week and will go for 150 plus. I hope so, man.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. So, all right. Emilio, what do you got, sir?
Yeah, the Vikings still haven't lost this year. They're undefeated since the start of preseason, so we ran into a buzzsaw, right? But we're halfway to 13-4. I think that Tim's right. We do need to turn it around going across over to the Rams. But yeah, the team didn't give up. I'm happy that if we didn't, just flop and only score 3 points the rest of the game. So I'm not mad about it. We put up 22 points in a quarter. I think that'll, that's something they can hang their hat on. It's like, the Patriots were down 28-3 in the Super Bowl. So we need something like that. I'm glad that they kind of experienced that feeling. Yeah, we didn't get the win, but maybe they know next time what they're going to climb, what they need to do to climb out of it. 1 or 2 catches, a third down that we get, another run, something like that. 1 less mistake from Love. All those things can add up. And I think we just need to clean up the penalties. We need to get it under 5 a game 100% and just keep working. Long season.
I don't know if this is accurate or not, but someone just tweeted at me at Dalvin Cookin, Jordan Love PFF grade versus the Vikings, 64.7. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be honest with you. So that was interesting.
That's what I probably should have looked at when I was in there early. Duh.
So you were in PFF earlier looking at the grades already.
Yeah, and they were up, and then they said that they were still like going through them and going through the second look, and then I refreshed it, and then they all disappeared. So,
man, that's how it goes. That's how it be sometime, That's how it be. Jacob, you got anything that's not toxic?
Well, I could try. Eric basically reiterated what I thought. My kids just said I act like a child. No, Eric, no, that can't be. And Greg Rice says it still hurts so badly that the Oxy can't touch it.
The grades are up, actually.
Are they? Yeah.
We can hit on them now, or if y'all
they were that bad that they were just like, let's put these out.
They were that bad that they put them out. Is that what you said?
I'm just asking. Is that we're like, we got to get these out of here?
I don't know, man. We're at 117. Why don't we dive into the PFF grades tomorrow? Does that sound good, fellas?
Yeah, sure.
I've had enough of this already. This is yeah. Cheesehead Murph, thank you, buddy. Go Pack, go to you.
Boy, Murph, I like it. Stay positive out there, Packer Nation. We're all right. We're 2-2. We're a 500 team. We'll get over the hump.
As much as I hate to do this, Tim, Go Pack 84 fan says 65%.
Cue it up.
65%? Is that what? We're going to win 65% more of our games, or what?
65%.
65%. That's what we. I'm going to give you a couple here. Zach Tom, 81.2. Jaden Reed, 77.8. Rasheed Walker, 73.2.
There we go.
Jordan Love is 71.0. So actually graded out pretty well. So it has.
Really?
Look at Sean Ryan again, 68.6. So Sean Ryan might be turning the corner, boys. Don't look now. He might be turning the corner.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
The one I felt like had a bad game was Josh Myers. They've got him at a 61.3. There's a couple times I've seen him get turned around. So there you go. All right. With that being said, we're out of here. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Xavier McKinney, 91.2 grade. So take that to the bank. Evan Williams, 11 snaps, 80.9. So Evan Williams might be getting a few more snaps. But Tim, you wanted that snap count on Edgerrin Cooper? 21.
21. So he was at 14 last week, right? Something like that. So peppering him in a little more. We saw a little less Zay McDuffie there towards the end. So shout out to Cooper, man. If he's starting to grasp some of these concepts here, he's going to be a deadly weapon for us on defense for sure. I look forward to seeing him and JJ Enagbare flying around in some of these sets. So keep your eye on 56 out there.
Also, real quick, guys, hit that like. We haven't asked you to do that today, so we apologize for the shameful promotion there, but please hit that like. Please. Come on.
It's early, but Edgerrin Cooper looked like he graded out pretty bad. We'll see if that changed. These, like I said, they usually change within 24 hours. Also, scan the QR code in the upper right. That'll send you to our Patreon group, or go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. And that's how you can get yourself entered into the contest, but also support the show and have some awesome conversations in there.
Which direction was that, Emilio? Show me real quick. No, it's over there. Okay, good.
Emilio.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, we're out. Appreciate everybody. Tim, can you help
those
me, sir?
of you listening on the pod?
Thank you for making us part of your day. Again, we don't know why, but you did, and we appreciate it. All right. As always, let's go out and be the change we want. I about said the shame. Let's go out and be the change. Let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world.
Bon dia.
Go Pack, go.